And Andrew Curtus is an entrepreneur and business owner here in Indianapolis. His creative agency, Fuel VM, has provided brand development and marketing solutions for local, national, and global brands ranging from Boy Scouts of America, Trinity Broadcasting Network, NFL players, and Sparks itself. Check out that kick-ass logo. He has been a spiritual Sparks fan for years and a huge fan of Chris Reed's. And sadly, a first-timer at Sparks events. So let's be gentle and give a warm, big Sparks welcome to Andrew Curtus as he takes the stage. All right, there you go. You gotta take this too.
Now, does that count as my cuss word?
Wait, what? Did you cuss already before you took the stage?
You said you said, all right, let me see if I can find this. All right. Just kidding. My name is Andrew Curtus. I am not up here to talk about my own company, but unfortunately, I have to first. So I'm not shamelessly plugging my company. I'm not a corporate whore all the time. It just happens. I need to explain a little bit about my company. I want you to recklessly, hopelessly believe in other people. My business model fundamentally changed as soon as I realized that if I just poured into my clients and sat side by side and step by step with them over the course of time instead of just giving them projects, guess what? It was better for all of us. So there was nothing I could do. I couldn't have clients. I actually developed everybody into friends. Got that? So last year I got screwed hard on a business deal. Like, freight train hard screwed. It was bad. Now, the details don't matter to you. Most people aren't going to really care. The biggest thing that I took away from it, though, is that I lost a friend. I really thought that our relationship and me as a trusted advisor was going to do a good job of mitigating all of those issues. Very wrong. But what did I learn out of the whole thing? What ultimately ended up happening, forgive me, what ultimately ended up happening is I invested real money, lost a crap ton of money on it, but I just really got hurt. And what it made me do was challenge what I was thinking about in terms of my relationships, because I have this really bad weakness. I dig the heck out of people. I'm not going to use it yet. We'll get to it, though. But what was really interesting is that, again, I thought I was going to be able to mitigate that with the relationship and not care about everything else. So what was really fascinating about it was I got really angry when things went sideways. And I thought about this quote from Friedrich Nietzsche. It makes me sound really intelligent. I'm not. Let me share that with you right now. What was fascinating is I remember this project from college, and it was I had to do a quote, and the quote was, "Distrust those in whom the impulse to punish is powerful." This is where I get really deep, and you think I'm really smart. I'm not. What was funny is all these people around me, after they had just seen me get really screwed on a business deal, were like, "Well, weren't you angry? You know, don't you want to sue him? Don't you want justice?" And what was kind of funny was I let that crap go pretty quickly. I just let it brush off. What I really got out of the process of being completely screwed on a business deal was that I lost a friend. I had gotten so deep with this guy emotionally, quickly. Again, like I said, my superpower was turning clients into friends, and that's what really stung. That's what I really took from it. But I couldn't help but continue to think about this quote. And so many people in my life who were so smart just wanted me to go out and get vengeance. And I'm like, I just don't buy that. That's really not what I'm about. So ultimately, freight train style screwed. I'll bet none of you have ever typed that on a slide. So over the course of my career, I would say I've been freight train style screwed 4 times. You'll feel that. What was funny about it was, if that was the only data point, you'd be like, man, Andrew, you really got screwed pretty hard. Yeah, but what you're not seeing are the dozens and dozens of times that it worked. I just dig people. The real issue is that you can call me naive, you can call me a Pollyanna. You know what? Go for it. I don't care. I've had my, hand burnt on the stove. I'm going to continue to put it there because I'm just an idiot, because I love people. Recklessly believe in people, all right? If you don't remember any words I say, and to be fair, I'm probably not going to remember them tomorrow either, just remember that. It's amazing. So essentially, this is a completely unscientific to-do list about recklessly believing in people. It's amazing. It is absolutely important. Your business success is just a balance between your wins and opportunities offset by your losses. So quit just worrying about the losses, all right? It's a much bigger scoreboard. So I have this obnoxious habit. So start from a place of optimism. Y'all are really good readers. I have this obnoxious habit. It's over the top. If you ever come up to me and say, "Hey, Andrew, how you doing?" I'll say, "I'm glorious." All right, it's really annoying. I know. But the fascinating part about it is that people will ask me, they know what I'm going to say, but they want to get that vibe, man. That's a magic power. You have that power, and it's fascinating. It's so annoying, and I know it, and I love it that people just eat that up. Here's a shocker. I don't know. Talk to people. All right, I'm going to use my cuss word. I don't care about your damn clicks. I don't care about social media. I don't care about all that stuff. I get it from a marketing perspective. But my point is, you create relationships eye to eye, all right? You have to go talk to people. In order to become friends, it takes 90 hours. In order to become good friends, it takes 200 hours. In America, we stop making friends at the age of 30. Are you freaking kidding me? So I don't know what the math looks like for professional friends, but the reality is this is what we are facing, and you have got to get face-to-face. Be barbarians. Get a drink. Get coffee. Get a meal, for crying out loud. That is the only way it's going to work. Lean into people's needs. Don't be afraid to, stop selling your crap, all right? Let's start there. Quit being so bloody selfish, all right? Lean into what they need. Find out what they want, what they need. It's amazing how many people will give you their time. Get specific about who you want in your life. I would love to have Scarlett Johansson in my life. She's not. Yet. But the point in that is most people will be pretty free with their time. Just be respectful of their boundaries. If you have the bravery to actually reach out and go talk to somebody, they're probably going to give you enough time for a cup of coffee, for crying out loud. Actually help people find jobs, business leads, for nothing. That's awful. I do it all the time. If my hairdresser's nephew sends me a resume, I actually take the time to help them. Not because I really care and think that the one out of 500 people in my world is that and the hairdresser's nephew that's going to make it work. But what it shows is my network. That's how I roll. So ultimately what may happen is you become selfless because someday you may need to be selfish. And to that point, appreciate that your circumstances are going to change someday. I thought it was fascinating. IBJ's 40 Under 40 just came out, and I couldn't believe how many of those people I had met when they were like totally useless right out of college. But it was awesome because it becomes habitual behavior. Those people couldn't help me now, but I know for a fact I can call them up now, and guess what? So again, I dig in people. You don't know that they matter yet. Biggest point on all this is just cultivate alphas in your world. The problem is you don't know who those people are yet. So find a way to find the alphas. So I love telling this story. Years ago, I heard a guy in conversation talk about ABC Sports. I didn't know jack about this guy. He just happened to say that. And I was like, oh, I want to do sports marketing. So I invite this guy out to lunch at Pizza Hut lunch buffet. Oh, it was awesome. This guy led to millions of dollars of my business. I didn't know that. I probably would have bought him something better than Pizza Hut. But the reality was we poured into each other. We created a relationship. We were direct. We were purposeful. We were transparent. We laughed. We cried. We poured into each other's families. But the reality was I didn't know that. But what had happened was that was a habitual behavior that I had done 100 times before. And it just so happened that was my lottery ticket. I had done it 500 times, and I didn't even know it that day. It took a couple of years after that. Guess what? It ended up paying off for both of us. It wasn't just that he has meant that much to my company. So the reality is, you got to be intentional. Love on people, all right? I don't want to talk about hookups. That's a little weird. But in a business sense, just pour into people. Be patient. Find out what they're about. You are not that important that you can't go have a cup of coffee with somebody. All right? I got news for you. It's fine. But you got to make it habitual behavior to see the results in that. So again, just recklessly trust in people, love in people, dig on them. It is not a weakness. And I'm at zeros. That was good, huh? You like that, dude?
Stay there.
Thanks, Bob.
We're going to do something.
Oh, we got it.
There you go. All right. There. Let's give another round of applause. Thank you, Andrew Curtus. Woo! So just the biggest thing is, like, this is him. He and I sat down for an hour out of the grace of his heart, and this is what came out. And if you look back through all our videos, you can see who we've come from, and it was a clip art from PowerPoint. It was. I'm just telling you. Anyways, thank you so much for your contribution. Give him one more round of applause, please.
Don't delay. Get your ticket for the next Sparks event today.